Aston Martin has gotten off to a rather slow start this season. They have failed to finish in the top 10 in both races of the season. Now, as they prepare for the next Grand Prix, it looks like things are about to get much worse for the team. It turns out that they could soon be without their star racer. Vettel's old team boss, Colin Coles, has told us that Vettel might not be finishing this season with Aston Martin. In fact, he says that Sebastian Vettel doesn't want to race for Aston Martin anymore. Today, we will be looking at the problems Aston Martin faces that make Colin Coles think that Vettel might soon be leaving. We will also be looking at whether they are enough to force Vettel's departure from the team. Aston Martin's first major blow this season came when it was announced that their star racer, Sebastian Vettel, would be missing the first couple of races in the season. As a result, Nico Hülkenberg had to step in for Vettel. Sadly, Vettel, who was watching from the sidelines, wasn't given much to smile about. Both Aston Martin racers Nico Hülkenberg and Lance Stroll didn't finish in the top 10. Some have blamed Aston Martin's woes on the new design it had to implement on the AMR22 in order to reduce the porpoising issues faced by the car. Whatever the reason, Aston Martin has to get it sorted out as soon as possible. Otherwise, the star racer, Sebastian Vettel, may be on his way out of the team. Despite his disappointing time at Ferrari, Vettel believed that Aston Martin was where he would rediscover his winning spark. When he was asked about his reason for joining Aston Martin, he replied, "It's not been an easy decision. There have been two main factors. One has obviously been believing in the team's ability to do well. I think part of that is already proven by the track results, the track record this year, but I believe there is more to come. The second big one was what I want to do with my future, whether it might be time to stop, time to do something else, or time to keep going. I'm not here to just participate, not here to be a Formula One driver, not here to make money. I'm really here to achieve something." Sadly, Aston Martin has not proved itself to be the right place for Vettel to achieve something, at least not in 2022. Things have gotten so bad for Aston Martin that some industry insiders, like former Force India team executive Colin Coles, have given his own 2 cents on the Vettel controversy. We will talk about that later on in the video, but for now, let's look at some of the causes of Aston Martin's problems. F1 implemented some new design changes that affected mostly low-rate cars like Aston Martin and Mercedes. These changes were a part of the new FIA safety measures. Aston Martin initially went along with these changes, but as their performance dipped significantly in 2021, they complained to F1, even threatening legal action. Later on, however, they just went along with the changes, hoping that they would still be able to race competitively despite the new changes. Aston Martin knew it would have to work on their car if they were to have any hope of winning any tournament, but even, it still wouldn't be easy. The then Aston Martin F1 team boss, Otmar Szafnauer, had this to say about the team's performance. "It was more difficult because of the backward step we took because of the FIA's aero changes. Therefore, we spent longer on trying to develop this year's car to get it into a decent place than we otherwise would have. So not only did it have an impact on this year's car, but it will also have an impact on next year's." Of course, the disappointment was not lost on Vettel. In an interview with news outlets, he admitted, "I think the team's been great. I really enjoy working with the team, and I think it's been a big change, obviously. But no, in terms of the results, obviously. The whole team and myself, we were hoping for more. I think we got hurt quite badly by the regulation changes as the team had a great car in 2020, but not in 2021, so we did what we could." Fast forward to 2022, Vettel misses the first 2 seasons due to COVID. That was bad enough, but Aston Martin was having worse luck on the track. During the build-up in Saudi Arabia, Aston Martin's new team principal, Mike Crack, had this to say, "The car is not where we want it to be. The performance is not good enough, so we tried to bring some upgrades, but we are trying to go quite aggressive in the development in the weeks and months to come, to catch up because we need a lot of catching up to move where we want to be. So yeah, it's a challenge that we have to face, but we will bring parts for every race." With Vettel set to return to the track in the Australian Grand Prix, all eyes will be on how the Aston Martin car performs. All eyes, including Vettel, who joined Aston Martin because of the promise of winning titles. A promise that Aston Martin has not lived up to. Even the Aston Martin team is aware that they need to start winning titles soon if they are to keep their star player, Sebastian Vettel. When asked about Sebastian Vettel, the team principal said, "It's clear that a guy like Sebastian, a 4-time world champion, he doesn't want to be 15th or 12th or P8. The 49-year-old from Luxembourg told the media this week, "It's our task to deliver a performing car, or say, a performing structure." Sebastian is a clever guy. He will not be focusing just on this year's car or whatever, but focusing more on what is happening and if he sees the potential. If we can manage to offer this to him, I think we have a chance to keep him for longer. All in all, it is our task to deliver the right package. Then Sebastian will stay, and other drivers will like to join. He does not have to be always the island of comfort for everyone, but I think it's very important for such high-class drivers that they feel the support of the team. So it seems like Aston Martin's performance this season will decide whether Sebastian Vettel will stay beyond this season. However, some believe that other reasons will make the 35-year-old German world champion part ways with his Aston Martin employers. One of such people is Colin Coles, who has given his own 2 cents on Sebastian Vettel's situation at Aston Martin. In a recent interview with journalists, Colin Coles had this to say: "I don't think he wants to drive at all. He just doesn't want to do that to himself," Cole said while talking about Vettel. "It's certainly a very daring thesis, but I'm sure that he thinks a lot about whether he should still be doing what he's doing. They have a team owner who thinks he is the team leader," he continued. "He knows best about everything and puts his son at the center of all of his power. If you take $1 million in any currency and throw it on a fire, the money will burn just as quickly as it will in Formula 1 if you don't know what you're doing." So it seems other off-track issues are going on between Sebastian Vettel and Aston Martin. Whether this is true or not, we don't know. What we do know is that whether Sebastian Vettel stays with Aston Martin beyond this season depends on how well the team can do in the Grand Prix. And how well Aston Martin will do this season, only time will tell. That's the end of today's video, guys. Let us know whether you think Aston Martin will be able to change their fortunes in time to keep Sebastian Vettel, or whether they might fail to reach their goals and Sebastian has to find a new team, or even retire.
If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you are new to this channel to be notified when we upload more content.